So my number one would be Ghana. First, because Ghana is beautiful. Ghana is like Nigeria. And because we have very, very nice tourist attractions in Ghana. My favorite in Ghana should be Cape Coast. And Cape Coast because I'm particularly interested in transatlantic slave trade. The Cape Coast Castle and the Emina Castle are places that you will learn. Not only learn, you would almost imagine what the slaves went through during that period in time. So Slave Coast is one of my nice places in Ghana. Then the Kwame Nkrumah Museum, because I like Kwame Nkrumah. You know, I'm a Pan-Africanist, and I stand for everything he stood for during his time. So Cape Coast, Kwame Nkrumah Museum, and there is this place that people don't pay attention to in Ghana. It's called Axim. Axim is in the north of Ghana. Axim has one of the nicest beaches in Africa. So Axim is also a very nice place. I like to go everywhere. I don't like to go to the usual places, so I can have an edge, you know, over every other person. My number two will be Benin Republic. Benin Republic is like my second home. Because I'm from Badagry, and we know that Badagry is a border town to Benin Republic, and historically some of our ancestors migrated from there. So Cotonou is a very beautiful city. When people hear about Benin, they really don't think about, you know, the Lagos vibe, but if you go to Cotonou, I am very, very sure you don't want to live in a hurry. The Cotonou town itself is like an experience giver on its own. Then we have the Python Temple. Then there is the Abome Palace. The Abome Palace was where about the Amazons, the Agoges, the Minos. I'm giving you the different names they bear during different periods in time. The palace was where they were situated because they were known as the wife of the kings, because the Agoges were not allowed to get married to any other person. So the Abome Palace is also a wonderful place to see in Cotonou. And for people that want to see lions and elephants, there's somewhere called the Penjari Park. The Penjari Park is around Tangeta. It's also close to the north of Cotonou. It borders Burkina Faso. And the park is very, very nice. My number three would be Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast again is, so Ivory Coast, that would be Abidjan. I'm caught in between two cities. I like Abidjan a lot, and I like Grand-Bassam. Yeah, I like Grand-Bassam because, yes, first beaches, the lifestyle there is no rush, you know, the serene environment, everything is calm, and you know, you get to enjoy yourself more. And I like Abidjan because Abidjan has nice infrastructures. Abidjan is like Lagos proper, and there are beautiful people in Abidjan. If you go to Ajame in Abidjan, for instance, it is like you are in Ikeja. So you get a feel of that Nigerian society. And we have a lot of Yoruba-speaking people in Abidjan, a lot of them. So Abidjan also feels like home. My number four would be Senegal, particularly Fatala. Fatala is a wildlife reserve in Senegal, and that is where you see where people walk with lions. And as an African, walking with lion is majestic. You know, it's a beautiful feeling that you are walking with lion. And particularly me, because my ancestors were hunters, and from history we have heard they kill lions. So it gives me like a different kind of vibe when I'm walking with those lions. Apart from the lion, there are other animals to see. We have rhinos, zebras, bush antelopes, and all of those in Fatala. Dakar town in Senegal is also a very nice place to be. The town has a lot of places. We have Goge Island. Goge Island was one of the biggest slave markets during the transatlantic slave era. It is actually the biggest because of the proximity to Europe. Goge Island was so strategic that the French, the Dutch, the Portuguese, and the English were fighting themselves over Goge Island. We have the Pink Lake, which is something very unique. You don't find the Pink Lake everywhere. There's the Pink Lake in Dakar, Senegal also. So those are beautiful attractions in Senegal. And the people are nice. I get to blend in everywhere. Then my number 5 would be Gambia. Gambia, I used to say not to sideline anybody, but I say the whole of Gambia is like a Ikeja, all right? And it gives me, they speak English in Gambia. So whenever I travel across Senegal, Ivory Coast, Senegal, I get a breath of fresh air when I get to Gambia because here they speak English. The people are very nice. When they call Gambia the smiling coast of Africa, it is literal because an average Gambian is always smiling. They are always welcoming and they're always ready to, provide anything you need for you. So and there is the crocodile park in Bakau in Gambia. They call it the Kachikali Crocodile Pool and Museum, where you have about 100 crocodiles, more than 100 actually, big ones, and you can get to touch and play with the crocodiles based on the tour guides' advice. It's a very nice place to be. It gives you, when God says He has given us dominion over all animals, that place gives you a feeling that you have dominion because you can easily play with the crocodile, you can make them move,